because those were the things that I wanted when I became a minimalist. I wanted to stop feeling insecure all the time. I wanted to finally feel pretty and confident in my own skin and not have to be constantly chasing trends. Hey there, my handsome, my pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobras. Nice for those who are here new. My name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. So today's minimalism video is actually going to be a true minimalism video, and that is stop being a perfect minimalist. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Ooh. So you guys know that I've been on my minimalism journey for about 8 years, and then this year, I took a year off minimalism, and we're pretty much almost done the year's break. Right now it is October, and I kind of wanted to share with you guys this idea that you don't have to be a perfect minimalist, and that's something that has freed me a lot, and I figured if I could share that with you guys, that would be amazing. I'm going to be talking about 3 things and hope that this might resonate with anybody who is on their minimalism journey and is just struggling with perfectionism and just needing to be your perfect self all the time. This video is for you. First thing that I want to talk about is that in being a perfect minimalist, one of the things that I realized was that I need to ask myself, what is the most important thing to me? For the longest time, I felt a lot of pressure to have to be a very perfect minimalist because I felt like that's what my channel was about. I needed to be the ideal version of what a minimalist is, and there's a lot of notions and ideas of what a minimalist is supposed to be like. Anti-consumerism and no brand wearing and this and that and blah blah blah. Anything you can think of, I tried my best to do that, and then I realized at the end of the day, I can't live like this. I felt like I escaped the rat race to just come here to pretend to be the perfect minimalist when it's like, oh god, pretty arrogant of me to think that too. Like I wasn't a perfect minimalist then, but I was trying, and it was making my life really impossible, to be completely honest. So what I do now is I've just been asking myself, what is the most important thing to me? And it's okay that if it doesn't seem very minimalistic, or that maybe other people might judge me, I've kind of put that on the back burner. I think that's one of the nice things about minimalism, is it's kind of taught me how to not place other people's opinions of me as the most important thing. And with that, I've just kind of shed the skin of being a perfect minimalist and just kind of being okay, not the minimalist. How could you live your best life? And so that's what I've been doing. Something that I can think of is I've been wearing more jewelry, wearing more makeup, maybe a little bit more branded clothing. I feel like I'm living my best life, and maybe this is just a season, and I think we all need a season, and this is just my season of that. Okay, number 2, take your time decluttering. This is kind of an old tip. I haven't done this recently. As you guys have seen this entire year, I've really put on pause decluttering. I've made so few decluttering videos just because I'm not about that anymore. I did not feel like I was living my best life anymore making these decluttering videos. I felt like I'd become a clown putting on a show on the internet, and I'm just not about that anymore. If I have a declutter, it's a true declutter. This is actually stuff that I'm getting rid of, and I want to share that with you guys. But other than that, I don't force myself every month to go through my stuff and force myself to find things to have to declutter to put on the internet. It's just oh my god. So I think in some ways this tip would be take your time with decluttering. You don't have to be constantly decluttered to be a minimalist. I don't think minimalism and decluttering should be things that are constantly hand in hand. I think you can declutter, but you can be a minimalist who hasn't decluttered in a while. I think that's perfectly fine. Okay, number 3, record and track your process. I felt like my identity as a minimalist was very tightly related to my success on YouTube. I felt like the more successful my YouTube channel was, the more, or the better minimalist I was, but I have found that to not be the case. I have worked really hard on my mental health to separate the two, to tell myself that I'm a good minimalist, and it has nothing to do whether or not people on the internet think I'm a good YouTube minimalist. Those two things are separate. Minimalism is my social media. It is me running my own business and doing my own thing, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I just want to enjoy the simple life. I just want to feel good in my skin. I just want to feel self-confident, and I want to feel wonderful, because those were the things that I wanted when I became a minimalist. I wanted to stop feeling insecure all the time. I wanted to finally feel pretty and confident in my own skin and not have to be constantly chasing trends. And so those things I finally have in my life as a minimalist, and so now I'm not going to let the numbers on the YouTube channel game get in my head and take away from me the happiness that I have found as a minimalist. Yeah, I hope that this might have helped anybody else out who is struggling with trying to be a perfect minimalist. I don't think that there is. I think that being a minimalist is allowing yourself, to be the unique you. You don't have to be like every other minimalist you see on the internet, or that perfect Pinterest internet version of minimalism. That's if that's what you want, go for it, totally. But if there's stuff you're feeling cognitive dissonance about, just let it go. You can do you, and everything will be okay. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.